Members Ferreras, and can I tell you how proud I am to be here today? So all the women, are we here? Can we hear you roar? And as you look around the room, I think the men heard that this was about the women today, so they came out. And we thank you for being here and standing with us. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge some important people that are in the room who have helped make this happen. But before I do the acknowledgments, I want you all to know that you're all important. So a big round of applause to all of you. At this time, I'd like to bring up someone who has been a fierce fighter. She has been able to open many doors, or actually kick down some doors. And we know that we can kick down some doors. Her career has been a series of firsts. Maloney is the first woman to represent New York's 14th Congressional District. The first woman to represent New York City's 7th Councilmanic District, where she was the first woman to give birth while in office. To Congresswoman MALONEY.
Peralta for the New York State Senate. He's been an outstanding member of the Assembly. He will be an even more outstanding member of the Senate. And let me add, when it comes to the issue of domestic violence, we need someone who understands that this subject is a serious one. Right. And we need someone who will not make excuses for it, who will not dismiss the enormous damages that it causes. And we need someone who will stand up and understand that tolerating domestic violence is absolutely unacceptable. Jose understands the importance of this issue for all of us. He gets it, and he gets my support, and he's going to get the votes in Queens.
Diane Savino has really been present and has always been here for our communities and always stood with women. So please help me bring up Senator Diane Savino.
Most of you know me as a senator who represents Staten Island and Brooklyn, and that's true. For the past 5 years now, I've been privileged to represent those two. I know this community like the back of my hand. I know every part of it. And over the years, while I was able to live here, we had representatives by the names of Manton and Valone and Butler, Geraldine Ferrara. Some of the very people who are standing here behind me today, Carolyn Maloney, Elizabeth Crowley not far away. Qualified, decent, respectable representatives. Not perfect, none of us are in office, but this community, the communities of Jackson Heights and Corona and Astoria Heights, or whatever we call it now these days, and parts of Woodside and Left Rack City, they never demanded perfection from their elected officials. They demanded decency. And on Tuesday, we have an opportunity to deliver to the people of this community decency again in the state Senate. Jalissa said, I participated in the select panel to review Senator Montserrat's behavior and the conduct associated with his conviction. And in spite of what he tells you, we did not expel him from the Senate because of his participation in the coup on June 8th. We were upset about it. Well, I'm sure Elizabeth will tell you that too. But that's not why we expelled him. Because in fact, he came back a few days later. So it wasn't that. And it wasn't even the conviction itself. It was what we found out during the course of the investigation. Information that the general public didn't know. Information that very few people knew. We found out that not only was he responsible for what happened to that young woman, who he claims to love. And don't always domestic violence abusers always claim to love them? Yeah. Not only was he responsible for that, but his conduct afterwards. The abuse of that young woman by his staff, manipulating her to change her story. That was something we could not overlook. It made him unfit for office. He was unfit for office when we expelled him. He is unfit for office now. And on Tuesday, March 16th, the people of Jackson Heights, Corona, will tell him he is unfit forever.
This is the first time I've been in this part of Queens, but this is not the first time I've met Jose Peralta. The important thing for me is I want you to do one thing. Never say that other name again. No, I mean, too much time and energy has been spent talking about him, worrying about him, dealing with him. Today we're here and forevermore to talk about Jose Peralta, Senator.
And I'm delighted that she's the councilwoman now. Domestic violence is not an accident. It's a rage, it's an anger. And so, you know, we don't need elected officials doing that.
There are so many people in this community that serve this community well, and we need someone who knows about this community, who serves this community well, and now we want to see you as the state senator, and I know my birthday wish is going to come true.
Jose is someone you can be proud of. He'll bring integrity back to this Senate seat, and I'm so proud to be standing here with him and many elected officials from out the city of New York to support him. Jose!
Jose! Jose! Jose! As important as this issue is for women's rights, and it is, this is even simpler. This issue in this election is very simply about right and wrong. That's what this comes down to as well. And we need to make sure that all of the friends of ours here, all of Jose's supporters, from the LGBT community who have done so much on this issue as well. Let's give them a big round.
Thank you so much for being here supporting my husband, Jose Peralta. There's so many wonderful things I want to say about him, but I'm going to keep it short. We've had a tremendous outpour of support from the community, from all of you, and I'm absolutely positive that with your effort, your support, Jose will be the next New York State Senator. So please, with everyone's support, please welcome Jose, the next New York State Senator.
Thank you. How about all the Lionists in the house? Let's see you roar. How about all the lions in the house? They hear you roar. Yeah. I think we're beat, guys. I think we're beat. Well, I want to thank everyone in this room. I want to thank all the elected officials that are here today. I want to thank them for coming out and supporting this campaign. I want to thank my family that's here today. I want to thank my mother who's here with me today. And I definitely want to thank my wife who's here today. So let's give her a round of applause. I want to thank all the women's groups. I want to thank NOW. I want to thank Planned Parenthood. I want to thank NARAL. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for understanding that I've been fighting for the last 7 years to make sure that women get equality across the board. We have to send a loud message that domestic violence is not tolerated. It will never be tolerated, and it has no place at all in government. Can we send that message? On March 16th, we want to be standing here. We want to celebrate. We want to be proud to say that Assemblyman Jose Peralta has just graduated to become Senator Jose Peralta.